Huh? Is that Navia over there? Oh, it's been a while. Let's go say hi. Hey, Navia! What you up to?
Shh! Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now.
It wasn't...
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No,
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even...
Wait! Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right.
Of course. How
Overworked!
but Philmont...
Monica, back in...
Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have...
Wow! What a horrible
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama. Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime. One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Vermont's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for SB. Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more...
Paimon will join you, 'cause this is kinda...
Guys, it's fine. You don't need... A really famous chef just joined this...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica.
Monica's the one apologizing?
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. So...
All right. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on...
A little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like...
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find...
Escoffier? Could this mean...
You know that name now? So, who is this?
Well, for starter, she recreated the legendary Gâteau. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Bour's.
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices.
Well, apparently Apparently, the Hotel de Boer was reported for a safety incident. But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food.
The Fortress of Mirapede?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance, Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned...
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. So, I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and...
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants a Scott. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out...
Well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then, you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes, Chef.
Excuse us.
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer doesn't need her anymore.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you, Chef.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Fiamma. That's the second time we've heard that name.
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son. And with Mom, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his...
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already. We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk...
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern, but I don't work for the Hotel de Boer anymore. And being ex-head chef, besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah.
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid even.
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the Fiamma and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
She mentioned me?
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have. Plus, it's...
Oh, Monica. Oh... I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to... Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Wait, she looks like... Is that a Scoffy?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
But, please.
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more... If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen.
that's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Fermat had to put up with.
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit...
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here.
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly... But these days, whenever we make a mistake, and it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the...
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but that banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how that Lumiline ended up in the food we served.
Lumiline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute, produced from an extract of the Lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that, unfortunately, how
Everyone knows that in all life, but you took all the blame. We all know, and now look at you.
what are you trying to say?
Oh.
Monica, besides, at the end of the...
If only...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? So you do remember who's boss? Escoffier? I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you...
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore. So stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to see something this spicy as...
Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion? Given that we have ourselves...
The traditional way? That can only mean one thing.
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
According to legend, The founders of Hotel de Boer. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
Huh. Sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. But in fact, and indeed, the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hotel de Boer.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
What say you, Escoffier?
Sure,
I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms.
Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the present and former head chefs of the Hotel de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former.
What do you want that old thing for?
Don't take me for a... I want your copy! The original...
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact...
Stop trying to change the topic! What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original code?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Boer, per the recipe in the Codex. Well, Escoffier?
You sound surprised. Alright then, let's see how much you've... I hope you surprised...
Believe me.
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came at a...
Well, I got a sense that she...
Huh? Holding back?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way.
That's patently false.
Okay, that's...
Oh, that? Well, back in the day, he and his... For instance, so rare with Modeste and Savelli went on, especially Modeste. He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius.
Paimon's heard this kind of story.
What? No, of course. Anyway, never. And that was it. Even then, it's still.
Oh!
Yes, well,
case in point. Even the gâteau...
Wait, real?
it did. But like I said, it's the dusty old book now. So, reimagination is right. I consulted as for why we gave it the same name and kept the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day.
Oh! Huh. Well, that kind of takes all the mystique out of it.
Hey now, it might not be the original Gâteau de Boer, but it's still the most delicious cake in Just think, if the original truly was the perfect...
Anyway, before I left my...
So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be...
Well, maybe from...
What?
Who knows? It means vesting her in this... However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe that
Well, I'm confident that...
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Gâteau de Boer is very complicated to make. Now, if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself.
Well, that's easy. The three of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick two of us.
Well, I have heard the Traveler is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task?
Oh, count me in too, even if it means.
Come.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. The difference in your case is that mise en... Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make for... But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool!
The device isn't cold enough yet. I need to reduce the temperature. To the freezer! And done! These are the flavor compounds
Even the smell is so much more
Absolutely not! I'll demonstrate again. Now. Slowly and carefully. That didn't And voila! Now it's your turn. Not, but the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. That goes without saying. Still, credit where... Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the... That's right.
Yes, I'm finally on the right path.
How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
How's it going? Have you picked... how's it going? Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or any.
6 points.
What? Oh,
That's 6 out of 100.
what?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every...
Aw.
Me next! I'll have you know that this batch of macarons...
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10?
Aw.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
This is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn. That's
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even...
How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skill. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention...
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste it!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants.
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see...
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bourg, right? I was just wondering if you...
And you think you're up to the task?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me...
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving hotel?
I have not, but I'm fully rested. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! 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 Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then I will...
Dad, talk to me.
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you...
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you. I probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from...
Either straighten yourself out, or get out!
So now, it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh man, that must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe...
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time?
You think being one person short will ruin my chance? Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Navia will still keep practicing, just in case.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call.
Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then...
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah?
I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. But I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then...
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica...
Great! Spina sponsor...
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your life. That's not a bad idea, actually.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontainian cuisine could be this good.
Finally on the right path.
Why, Savannah? Why? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modeste's adventuring thing. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even... Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah we were... At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause fear. Well, I mean and the idea that I wondered, yes, with his good friend and The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But, unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks every turn, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary art. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relation. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, and that was it. They neither had a decisive split. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Even as unlikely, it's a popular theory, but there's no... Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
Really? Well, I like...
It's Cooking Contest Day! To the Hotel de Boer! Toot sweet!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking...
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome.
Savannah?
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted. The labels will be placed out of sight.
As one of the judges.
When my meal got
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Boer cooking contest commence!
Monica, Traveler, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! Gaspar! Get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right? Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
A dash of frosting!
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, Traveler!
the balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? Not how I taught you to do it! Stop horsing around and do it again!
Yes, chef!
So, what do you think?
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on some.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough! You
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. That went just as I expected.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
That guy was right.
We both made this.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10! Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2.
I have a feeling that this gâteau...
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in. I think...
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place.
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save.
Something's not right here. Savannah.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has...
What? It's... Savannah?
No. That.
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you...
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger. It was Vanishem's, isn't it more?
You judges! Wait!
That's enough! As head chef, Savannah.
I don't know what...
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it.
Scoff.
But you must
It's a little late.
Look, Savannah, you... but only on the condition that you promise.
Fine. So, will that be all, ex-head chef?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef. And a...
But... I know what I'm doing.
Alright, fine.
Escoffier?
The Codex de...
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah!
It's alright. Besides, honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the...
No. No.
Huh?
That's it? No secrets. No nothing? I don't believe it. This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing.
Oh, I knew.
Pent-up...
The truth is, however hard...
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things. Oh, she'll hide herself.
But why?
Our best guess is...
And
Even so.
Yeah, and it's...
Huh, about that.
Leone and Al.
no.
Well, how...
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate.
is it...
Oh, relax. The offending flavors are, or in other words, we have a trade.
I'm sorry. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. Whatever's going on.
Food safety. Wait.
But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to...
This is crazy!
I know, it's terrible. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? Firstly, so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened. Oh, well, I'm not saying you should tell Vanisham. Good. Now, back to Savannah.
What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier.
Now that you mention it. But the difference...
Still, so many times I've seen her make the cake base. Oh,
Yeah, thinking back on...
she wants to prove that she can fill it, but after count, and at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to...
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Of course. Seeing how utter...
There's still... She might not be on...
You'd think so.
New head chef, you say?
I wonder...
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't... Hey, did you hear me? Once...
All this time, I've...
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk.
In that case, I'll go and update for Ma and his family.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day.
Oh, nice! Macarons or...
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas, but what those poets don't know is that during a migration, once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why. Of course, some people have a more. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others. Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow,
Why are we here so early? Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee.
Coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert... I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your sleep. Wait, what?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were only to find an... I left Alphonse, and if she's not here...
Boss, Escoffier...
Alphonse? You're supposed to be...
We were, but then...
Oh.
Wait, of course, from the Codex. Yeah, but...
The Codex de Bord?
Seriously?
Ugh, idiot.
Hold on.
It was you. It sounds like a...
Retrieve... So the cooking... First we thought that Savannah forced
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand...
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it?
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah,
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
that could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modest...
Good point.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away...
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, romaritime flowers, and lumitoile. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have...
There's no time for that.
Wait. Beasts or not?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the...
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. What was it that Modest...
Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. Oh, so annoying. Hey, it's open!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water.
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden. Hey, go scout ahead. Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident.
Don't be... You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the... So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you finally realize that Escoffier never kept any secrets from you? You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why start now? You have no right to redemption.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But I am done being bullied into submission.
Ooh, feisty.
I somehow...
What?
Ever since I learned the truth, I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and now this...
But you drank it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You.
What's so funny?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. You gave a very rousing performance. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? Did you really think your half-baked plot would fool? You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain, too. A complete waste of space.
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now, I failed again.
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. But now the show's over. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat, but if you so much as flinch, I can end Savannah's life in a heartbeat.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this? You're about to commit murder, and for what? A recipe?
A recipe? You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus on kitchen affairs. Well, some of us actually. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bourg obsession? You've gone completely mad!
I couldn't care less about the cake itself. No, the real treasure is the secret ingredient that Modeste sourced from these ruins.
He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palms of their hands, and they thought, ooh, this would go great in our cake mix. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient. It's a groundbreaking drug. That's right, I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the treasure hoarders or the Fatui.
Will you listen to yourself?
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure. You'll see what a fool you've been.
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that she's no...
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure, she'll need Savannah alive if she wants to get out of here in one piece.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. You were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Nice Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
Stars, shine for me.
Nowhere to hide. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers. A dash of frosting!
Everyone hold hands.
Speed of light!
The night is cold.
Silence!
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like...
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modesta!
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a late... you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills!
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't changed in millennia. Sadly, up above, on dry land, everything has changed. The treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg into a national sensation. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale, but this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He predicted all of it. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever disagreed with him, was late. Modeste tried his best to console me. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. I told myself that maybe one day, when I've finally created a masterpiece of my own, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind. Unfortunately, that day.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient. The birth.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste?
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this, even though everyone swore they couldn't tell. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, but as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of the treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? But we realized it too late. We were just too late. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. Finally, in despair, he took his own life. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of drug.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Remoria. It's almost as if someone deliberately erased it from history.
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail, and how much more devastating it is when it happens. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau de Bourg, proving that I had been right all along. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown to him by the history. I cannot let that. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning details, leaving mere fragments of our story behind. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price of destroying all evidence of my crimes, then so be it. I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be safe for now?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's no telling what she...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches, and we have held on to them for But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle, I may never have found this place. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! Oh, it's empty. It's...
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure... So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening! All the years I spent piecing together the truth, all my painstaking planning, all that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord Remus. You barbarian shall be...
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Cole, line to command.
Be sanctified. Settle down.
With sword comes shadow. On to the freezer!
Not now.
Silence.
Stars, shine for me. The night is cold. Why is this place still shaking? Either way, it's all enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here, Traveler Escoffier, come on!
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho!
Savannah? When did you wake up?
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Traveler? Okay!
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler and Paimon!
Venegem, what are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on our merry derrieres? While the Traveler and Escoffier were out here risking their lives?
We had to do something. Even though that something ended up being, well...
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve to be your head chef. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted like a tyrant in the kitchen. And now I almost got myself killed. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Okay, so everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was the Lumiline situation. What was it you said again?
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and
things were pretty rough.
Our customers, at the end of the day...
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Fermont and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Well, about that, there's someone else here to see you, Chef.
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Fermont? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go and see you after you fell ill. There's no excuse, but I'm too late, aren't I? The damage is done. I heard that you can't even hold a kitchen knife in.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And then he remembered the tea that Monica used to give him every night. And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumiline the whole time.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. But if you calculate the dosage carefully, you can control the extent of its effects. A small dose might simply make a person more emotional, whether that means more fragile or more hot-tempered.
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also fixed me up with some meds and said Well, that's what happens when you give someone a little bit of hope to cling on to.
There's more. We believe that...
You mean she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time!
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one... Is it just...
It's because the heat...
What?
Huh?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed all the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night? It all comes back to one simple, undeniable truth. You're a genius. And I'm just plain old Savannah.
Oh, cut it out! Stop the woe is me act for a second and just think. I came up with this recipe. You don't think that might have something to do with it? Do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know this dish inside out, back to front and upside down. And you've been head chef now for what, 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you're gonna throw in the kitchen towel? And declare you'll never be successful because you're not... You clearly have no idea how... Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. Modeste did, Savelli did. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes. Learn from them, and surely you haven't forgotten all that.
That's our...
Haha! Sounds like we won't need another changing of the guard in the Hotel de Bord kitchen anytime soon.
Aw, what a perfect ending to a crazy journey. Look how happy everyone is.
So you got your mojo back?
Yeah. Thanks to...
Aw, friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault.
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses! This is a cooking contest between two top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this...
Hey! So, this whole time you were salty about losing?
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after everything that's... I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw, I don't think any of it sank in. I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue, and in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you—
What? Paimon didn't notice at all!
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact constellation of elements that gave their work its signature taste. And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore the endless possibilities out there.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research, make sure it doesn't contain any harmful substances. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for petit—
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanisham that I'll come—
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got to see the treasure of Remoria. Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all—
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles, better known to us as Lumiline.
Huh? So then, why all the hype back in the early days of Gateau de Bourg?
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then, so desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to really excite people's taste buds took the world by storm. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins but worthless junk. Feels strange to say it, but Paimon almost feels sorry for Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing in return.
Hey!
Huh?
You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be—
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ugh, it's such a shame.